Today, I'm going to process the data that I got yesterday from the backyard of the sun. I actually like to try a couple of different things just to see what does a better job of stacking the data. I actually like to do ASI Studio occasionally. It kind of depends on, I don't know, I guess it just depends on what looks better. So let's get into video stack. Okay, so I have everything going to ASI cap. Let's find it and video stack. Let's do the upper half. Oh yeah, prominence. Let's do 75% again. Surface. Let's drag that. And stack. Okay, so that is done stacking. Let's go get it. To Fits Viewer. Save as a let's save it as a TIFF. And then let's do the other, get the surface detail one, clear. Let's see if that was any better. Okay, so this is pretty stable. No, there it wasn't. It does look like there's like a little tiny prominence here that's starting to build up. But I think that might be just part of that other thing. But let's definitely. Oh yeah, let's see. Oh, so that's why, because it was paused, I think. So let's stack on that. Surface and stack. Okay, so that is done processing. Let's go get it. And let's save as a TIFF again. Right. Yes. Okay. And let's go back into Photoshop. Let's open both of those. I'm actually going to do things a little differently this time. Let's darken that up a bit. What is that? Weird. Okay. Filter. Camera raw. Sharpen it up. Let's get a little bit more evened out here. Shadows. Okay. Highlights. I think that looks fine. And effects. I might crop out that bottom half there. Let's do clarity's kind of goofy. So we're not going to mess with the clarity. Let's do some texture. That looks good. Looks like there's some good activity over here. This tiny little blip of a thing up here. But there should be a flare over here. So let's go back in. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And then, okay, that should be pretty easy to match up again. So let's, here's that second part. Okay, so let's go Control L. No, you know what? I always forget to do the invert. I really need to just come up with a process. Just write it down. That looks pretty good there. Let's see if we can adjust some things here. Looks okay there. I don't want to lose out on that detail. Okay. So let's do that. That looks good. This came out. That came out. That looks good. All right. So what we're going to do. Say that looks good. We're going to select the object. Okay, good. I got that little blip of a thing. And Control C. And Control V. Like that. I decided this time around I'm going to do the color last. That's really slow. Let's just move that down. All right, the hardest thing will be getting, oh boy. That should be fine. Is that right? Okay. Get that moved. There. Did that get shifted a little bit? Looks like it, maybe a little bit. Okay. That looks fine. Okay. That's a big old prominence here. All right. So now that we have that, let's Control-Shift-E to combine them. I think now that they're both together, let's oh yeah, that's gonna look good. Okay. So let's shift it to color, RGB, and Control L. Red, let's do 2.5. Ooh, that's gonna be pretty. Greens. It's kind of in the orangish, yellowish. And then blue. Kind of like that look. Let's maybe stop down the green a bit. Okay. And then let's get the red to be a little bit more. A little bit more. Green. Okay. I think I like that. Let's go to RGB, do another adjustment. Okay. I think that looks good. It's even. Kind of got that prominence there. Yeah. Let's go to camera raw filter. Let's see what the auto does. Yeah. And let's do. Let's see, this looks fine. Tiny bit of noise reduction. It's. Well, there we go. Sharpen. Okay. So I tend to sharpen more for not necessarily like the tiny surface details, but more like the spicules, just so you can kind of see that it kind of swirls out more. That's really why I do that. And let's do. I kind of like that. Shadows. Yeah, I like it bright. Highlights. Yeah, let's see what about there. Effects. Let's get a little dehaze in there. A little bit of cloudy. I don't want too much clarity. Always just looks too much. Okay, let's do about here. Let's do the texture again. Not enough. Okay. Color. I don't know why I always want to do the auto. Let's do there. Not so much. That's kind of cool. That's a little bit too much. Okay, that's good. All right, let's mess with the light. Actually, I'm just going to bring this back to null. Think about there. I don't know. I like to go brighter than not. I mean, the sun's super bright. Why would we want to darken everything? Highlights. Like I said before, I just want to do kind of a balance of detail, contrast. Okay. I don't know if I like that. And then crank up the exposure. I'm just kidding. I mean, that looks kind of cool, though. I don't know. Do I like that? I kind of like that. Let's do kind of a mixture of both here. Yeah. Okay. Nice. All right. So let's do an ISO action. I really like how they did this. This is nice. Local contrast. Run it. Select a bright star. Yeah, that's a bright star. I can attest to that. Okay. I think that did a good job. I like how it darkens the spots. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. No, I don't want to save that. Okay, let's save as Berlin. Okay, save. Okay. So we have both things here. Let's do the same here. Rotate crop box. And then let's do, actually I kind of like this full thing. Of course, for social media, let's do that. Kind of rule of thirds here. Okay, I like that. So let's save that. Okay, I think I like it. Let's make sure there isn't too much like noise going on. That's kind of the nice thing about doing sun pictures. You really don't have to worry about noise too much. Okay, I like that. Looks good. I will post these photos soon. Thanks for watching.